Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I'm actually headed over to the therapist here to do some therapy on my knee, and it's been doing pretty good, although I have not done much as far as exercise goes on it in a while because I've been busy doing everything but physical therapy. But it's actually doing pretty good. Definitely a lot better since I had the surgery than before it. So tonight we will be doing a live stream for Hard Knocks. We'll start at about 9:45, carrying a watch party on it so we can see what we gonna see about the Dallas Cowboys and what they're going to have on week 2 for the show. I can't wait. I literally cannot wait to see it. So, with injury, they always say the next man up. The next man up. NevilleGallimore, who we've only scratched the surface of, the Canadian bulldozer. NevilleGallimore, who's a big body defensive tackle. A guy who they say 4 to 6 weeks, timeout. So he could be missing the first couple of games. And, how quickly he gets back up to speed with this. You have to understand that as a defensive tackle, your arms and your hands are everything because you've got to be able to get that separation and that push and be able to fight pressure. So it's important for us to have really great defensive tackles. And it's been a while since we've had really great ones, and I expect actually a lot from NevilleGallimore, and it really hurts him going down. But the thing that's actually good, see, football has evolved from when I played football. We used to have 2-a-day padded practices that were full contact. So you had plenty of time and plenty of reps for guys to get up to speed. 2-a-days, okay? Now, you've got 16 padded practices. 16 padded practices before the regular season starts. And then you only have 11 padded practices once the season gets here. That's not a whole lot of time. That's really not a whole lot of time to coach up everybody. So a lot of times guys have abilities, but they don't have the time to actually get the knowledge of the defense and perfect their technique and stuff. And a lot of times what happens is somebody else gets hurt. And if it happens at the right time, then it gives others an opportunity. I look at Dak Prescott. The fact that Kellen Moore got hurt early in training camp moved Dak up so he was able to get more reps. And because Tony Romo had the veteran days off and didn't play much in preseason, it got him up to speed. I don't know that Dak Prescott would have been still playing football right now had it been Kellen Moore never got hurt and it was the middle of a season. All of a sudden the third string quarterback gets called up and he looks like a deer caught in headlights. He ended up getting valuable time in there, working with the first team, getting to know the guys, to understand how to play, that it wasn't any big deal to go in there. And this is an opportunity for Osa Osa. We're just going to call him Osa. I suck as far as names go. Now, Osa is interesting because you think about NevilleGallimore, defensive tackle, who's about 302, 305 pounds. Big body, high motor. Definitely when he hits you, you've been hit. Osa, on the other hand, is about 280. He's built more like Tyrone Crawford, but a younger version of Tyrone Crawford. And the advantage that Osa actually has is, and I think this is going to be key, one, he's getting an opportunity and getting more reps now, which is going to pay dividends down the road. He's getting these reps now and he's learning. He's working with the first team. He's getting opportunities more in the games than he would if Gallimore was there. That's the first thing that's definitely going to help his progression. The second thing that's going to help him is actually relying on what he did in the past, which is being a wrestler. See, here's the thing. Defensive line. I know they say it's not a skilled position that, make you think that any fat guy can just play on the defensive line. But it doesn't work that way. You have to be able to use your hands to get separation. You've got to be able to get that push. You've got to have strong hands and things, because it's not about just being that big body, because if your body is into the offensive lineman, you're beat. And this is where OC has a great advantage, because he is, or was, a wrestler. And in wrestling, you got to have your hands trying to move around to get that advantage, to go ahead and get into the right position, to be able to flip that guy, to be able to pin him, and so on. And this is where some of the things that you do in the past all relate back to football. For me, throwing shot put and discus and running helped football, because I was quicker, I was stronger, and I was more agile on my feet, because doing the slide and of course doing the spin with the discus, you had to be precise on where you put your foot. And that's key in all of this stuff. If you look at a guy like Ben DiNucci has the heart of a lion. Ben DiNucci wants to play. Ben DiNucci wants to succeed. But Ben DiNucci's technique is awful. You look at this picture of him throwing sidearm, and it's kind of like, I don't know how he even threw the touchdown pass. If you were to say, technique-wise, this is exactly what you don't want to look like when you throw the football, you look it up in dictionary, that was Ben DiNucci. And you've got to correct all those things. So back to OC. OC is younger, not by much. He is very, very agile. He's lighter, so he can actually move and be quicker in his pass rush. He's not necessarily a guy that you're going to have bludgeon you to death. Gallimore, the Canadian bulldozer, is more of a bludgeon you to death. I'm going to beat you with my body. OC is going to be that guy who's going to beat you with that speed. He's going to end up being able to do that jab, step, and rip, where he'll get you off balance and have the speed to be able to come across your face and be able to use his hands to get that separation from you and be able to rush. And this is where I almost feel that collectively, this may be the best defensive front that the Cowboys have had in a long time. We haven't had this many guys. We usually look and say, oh, we got Malik Collins and Antoine Woods, and, we got D-Law and Tyrone Crawford. That's what we were looking at the beginning of the season 2 years ago. That was our front. Randy Gregory wasn't part of it because of suspensions, okay? Malik Collins and Antoine Woods were our heavies in the middle. And after that, what did you have? Right now, we've got actually a collection of, hopefully Gallimore comes back fully healthy, but you got a young guy in Quentin Bohannon who's definitely a big mass in the middle that can get a little bit of a push, very raw. But you got OC there. You've got Brent Urban, okay, who's, experienced a great run stopper. You got Carlos Watkins, be it, he's not a major player, but a guy who can make some noise. We got so many different young guys, and on the outside, we are definitely better collectively. It's not that we just have D-Law. We got D-Law and Randy Gregory, who seems to have put on some weight and quietly is making noise. But even behind that, you've got young guys that you can look at that will also, be in the mix as well. So it's not reliant on one or two guys solely on this defensive line. You really should feel excited that we are progressing and improving what we're going to do. And if you go back to the Legion of Boom, I know somebody yesterday said, you're not comparing the Dallas Cowboys to the Legion of Boom. And it's like, I'm not comparing them to them. But you can have somebody you can talk about and strive to be like. And here's the thing that was interesting about the Legion of Boom. They didn't have like superstar players on the defensive line. They had a lot of really good guys in a great rotation of guys. Michael Bennett was really good, but you can't say that he was one of the best in football. Cliff Avril was very good, but you can't say he was one of the best ones in football. But collectively putting those guys together with their secondary and so on, and their linebacking core, they became a great team together. And not all of those guys were high round draft picks. They just fit the system of what they wanted to do. And I think OC definitely fits the system of what they want to do. So, that being said, I'm almost to the doctor's office. Get this therapy on, and I got to go back and build some cabinets and so on. Get my work done. As always, make sure you guys check out Drew Pearson's channel, The Ultimate Hail Mary Show. Okay? Go there. I'm telling you, go there. Subscribe and tell him Joe Boo Sports sent him, because we are going to try and get Drew Pearson on the show. That's what we're going to try and do. So we can get some questions from you guys and see if he's got a message for CD Lamb about that number 88. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm about to go through some pain because my therapist, Brittany, she gives no F's, if you know what I mean. Peace.